I might have to put my mic volume up a little bit because the audio is very messed up. Well, not very messed up, it's just very loud in the game. So let me just change that real quick. I know we are kicking off at the moment, but be patient for like 5 seconds. I can switch it real fast. There you go. This is much better. There you go. Beautiful. Alright, so we're starting now. We can start. So, Pros having a timeout. They're missing their CF. I think Kaim's having trouble connecting. Could be a London issue, but you never know nowadays. A lot of people tend to complain about small little changes, but he seems to be back right now. No lag whatsoever. His ping, seems to be fine or no. Not sure if that's his usual ping, around 33, which means maybe like 40 in real time. But in any case, I don't think pros want to play with him this way, as you can clearly tell. He's being forced benched. But I think he's okay to play. Unless somebody else is AFK, but I think he's okay to play. Either that or maybe they're going to have to put somebody else in for Kaim. Ah, right, yeah, my bad. I forgot that was a thing. I keep treating these games sort of like regular games where somebody can just hop in whenever they want to, but yeah. You're right now. I keep forgetting there's rules to this tournament sometimes. I just want to go out there and play personally, but that's just my 1 cent. Anyways, we are back live again, and pros are more than happy to just give the ball back to Dons as an act of fair play. So Don starts off again with possession now. And we're 4 minutes into the match already, so 3 minutes have been wasted on just, well, hold up a second, this could be another waste, because now Robbie Ferris through on the right wing. Can he score here? Good save by Senny nonetheless. Was a bit straight at him. Was an easier save than it wasn't, and that's a close cross in there, but Dons won't happy to draw back Salix, and that's never going to trouble Senny from that range. Safe hands there from the goalkeeper. Tees trying to find himself into some ideas. Switching positions with Misfit for a few seconds there. Trying to see what they can conjure up in terms of opening up some space. Now, Yikes the Moon does really well to get past Salix. Now he has Tees to his left, but he completely fluffs the pass. I think if he curved it a little bit there, it might have fallen into Misfit's favor there. Now comes Kaim for the shot. And a near post shot. Never going to trouble Senny there. But pros are definitely knocking first. Definitely trying to test Senny's hands a little bit. But as you can probably tell by now, he seems pretty confident between the sticks. It's going to take quite a bit to get past him. Dons, on the other hand, haven't seen much, if any, possession. And then Viney just doing way too much on the ball there. Way too much on the ball. Forcing Yikes to move into an early yellow card there. That's not something you want to do as a fullback at all there. Just play the ball simple. Crossed in. Cleared away there. Only as far as Drake, who's looking for his options. Plays it back towards NKZ instead. And it's a header straight towards Senny. Yeah, the spec cam is usually much higher. You can go lower or higher like this if I just press the up and down arrow, but usually you kind of want to see a bit more of the pitch. Like I can even put it as close as this if you want to, you know. So I prefer to keep it a bit of a fair distance, you know. That's just the way I do things. That's a fantastic pass, actually. Fick's onside there. Fick is through on goal. Fonzik has a lot of work to do. Good save from him this time. And finally, Dons. Finally, Dons have a chance on goal this time. Fonzik called into action as well. Both keepers already have a bit of danger to deal with right now. That's what we love to see. Now comes Misfit up against Salix and Drake. Gets through one of them. Tees there. Tries to roll it back towards Yikes the Moon. I don't think he was expecting it. Now comes Kaim, however, he is through Pat. He could go for the shot here. Kaim gets past him. Kaim! Good save from Senny there. Goes a bit off his line there. But he does just enough to save it. Try to make himself big. But it's a good save nonetheless from Senny. And he saves yet another 1v1 now. What server are we on, by the way, again? We're on London. Yeah, okay. We're on London. So it's going to favor It's going to favor a lot of UK players just a little bit more than others. Now comes Atox up against Free. Vic is forced to drop back as well. That gives Drake space to overlap, but he doesn't need him at all. Atox now off the post. But it's never going to go anywhere other than into the palms of Seni. And I think that's his 5th save this match so far, if I'm not counting incorrectly. Anyways, here comes Tees now. I think Seni has done just enough. I think from his perspective, he might expect something from his team next. He definitely does deserve it a little bit there. He has made some really good saves so far. MTZ now, going away from his center back position. I think pros have to be careful here, because if they lose it, it can lead up to a huge situation. In comes Tees now, plays towards Yikes the Moon, but Atox there. Doing well to get back, but not doing so well to keep the ball. Neither does 7 Up now. Fonzik. A rather tight pass there, and Tees does get the ball back. Has Salix trailing back behind him. That's a fantastic pass towards Fick. He just has to cross it in or shoot from that angle. He does towards Tees, and Fonzik almost fumbles it. And he was completely at the mercy of Tees there. I think if Tees had a better touch on the ball, could have easily pressed that M2 button, but unfortunately for him, the touch did not favor him at all, and that could have been 1-0 towards Dons. Fonzik was a bit too presumptuous in his dive right there. That's not a good pass at all. Now comes Drake on a counter-attack. Has Fick and Vidi trailing behind him. That's a fantastic cross there, but Kaim barely doesn't get there at all. That could have been a huge cross there from Drake. Tees now plays it towards Callum, who's happy to overlap, but he changes his mind, plays it back towards the centre back instead. That was a bit of a risky pass there, but Callum does get through. It pays off. The risk does definitely pay off, and now comes Misfit or 7 Up. A well-weighted pass, but not enough to reach Vic there. I think Drake had it covered anyways. Now comes NKZ. Has a lot to pick from on that diagonal pass. Somebody has to make a run up front perhaps. But in the end he chooses to play it simple. And Salix now doing a bit too much with the ball. Too much movement, not much passing there from Salix. But now, Yikes the Moon. Has to play it across, but he misses the ball barely. Robbie Farah is free on that right wing. He's going to have to give Callum hell on that wing now if he wants to get across and maybe even a shot. But it's a pros just keeping it simple this game. Atox now can go for the crossing. Jukes him completely. Kaim there, and that's really close. Just flashes wide of the post. I don't think Seni was too worried about that one. But to be honest, I could have gone anywhere. A really good cross there from Atox, and it was right, fast and direct towards the head of Kaim there. That's something you really need in this game. The bigger the cross, the bigger the power on the header. MTZ now plays a long pass towards Atox. Still plenty to play for in this match. Plenty of things that could go right, plenty of things that could go wrong. Now comes NKZ. Callum rushes him on one angle, another angle. NKZ down, and there's the goal for ProSoccer. And it has been coming, to be honest. Kaim really dismantled there by Seti initially, but now this time, well, you can't really miss from that range, but it's a good goal nonetheless. NKZ doing fantastic there to juke Callum, not once, but 2 times. And yeah, that's a huge goal there from ProSoccer. And I think that's just about the meta everyone tends to follow. Just ping it right in front of the goal. I think for any of you future strikers out there, you really have to train your reactions on those situations, because this is what you need in Division 1. And ProSoccer just proved that standard absolutely. Now comes Tees. Dons have all to play for this time. They've really put themselves in a bad situation this match. Now comes Tees. Gets past one. Tries to get past NKZ, but he doesn't. Tees now goes for the quick cross in there, but it was perhaps too quick. Only a goal kick for ProSoccer. Atox now. Nice little interplay between the entire pros attack now. You can definitely feel they're a bit more confident and more mature on the ball. They definitely made up their minds much quicker than Dons have this match. MTZ now. Misfit trying to track him back. And I think MTZ does way too much with it. Was not worth the dribbling there at all. He could have perhaps played it across. And Robbie Farah sort of makes up for his blushes because now the counter-attack has been dismantled. Now comes IOSoccer. IOSoccer now up against Vinny. Good cut inside here. Vinny just choosing to hold his ground out wide. Salix now go for the long shot perhaps. Plays IOSoccer instead. Now that was almost 2-0. This time, however, Dons were very dangerous. Sorry, Dons were not dangerous. They were very aware, let's say it that way. Aware of the danger. There we go. That's much better. Backs the moon now. Plays a simple pass towards 7-up. Nah, I'm not going to get banned, bro. Don't worry. I'm simply stating what's happening in the game, you know? Anyway. In comes Yoon, and he does too much as well with the ball. This could be instant counter-attack. Now Kaim was through. In comes IOSoccer. Now go for the shot. That's a fantastic block by Pat. And Yoon there almost conceded his goal another team. A goal another team. His team another goal. Jesus Christ, my English. Far earth. Ooh, flash shot there from Kaim. That's a bit of the old Kaim we like to see sometimes. Just instant woof shots towards the goal. Not expecting the keeper to be aware of those. Now comes IOSoccer again on the wing against Viney. He's been having a great time against him. And DZ, Yoon they're doing great, but then DZ. What a shot there, but it's a good save by Sedi. Oh Jesus, hiccups. Good save by Seni there. Kaim there. I don't think he could have done much better, but that was a good save from Seni. In comes 7-up now. They gets past 1. The pass is just a little bit too wide there, and it is 1-1. Fantastic shot from Tees, but might want to ask some questions of Fonzik there. He was walking one way. Let me see if I saw this correctly before I say anything else. Yeah, I think Fonzik was just slightly stepping to his left there. He was not very sure, not very confident of where to go. But Tees is going to take it. A shot straight down the middle, and that's 1-1. And pros have had a timeout. They've chosen to quit it instead, but we're back into play now. And as a matter of fact, we are now all square again in this match. Salix plays it towards IOSoccer. Can go for the long cross, but he chooses to dwindle with the ball a little bit just more. That's a fantastic cross there, but Seni once again very much on top of his game, keeping Dons out of a potential misery there. And I think, let me actually confirm how many saves he has. Should be 7 or 8. Yeah, 8 saves. And as I said, he makes another save, but this time, I mean, what more can you do? What more can you do as a goalkeeper? I'm starting to feel bad for him at this point. Fantastic save on the 1v1 there. Chooses to push out the striker a little bit there. Watch this. He goes out a little bit, makes himself big, but he just does not have the reactions to react to the second shot. I mean, you can't really blame him in a situation. Nobody's there to pick Kaim up. But, yeah. Well, yeah, the tap timing was definitely good. But you saw the replay, so I guess it counts for something. But pros are ahead once again, and I think if I was in the shoes of Seni, it would definitely work a lot more than what you got, because I think he deserves a couple goals, judging by how many he has saved for his team. But Dons haven't been playing bad. They've actually taken their chances. On the other hand, pros have had quite a few shots and still only 2 goals. Much to thank to Seni's performance tonight. Anyways, this is going to be halftime. And it's going to be 2-1. We can see a few more saves here from Seni. He tends to go off his line a lot of times. Slightly bit off his line. But it seems to be working out very fine for him. Yeah, it's been a pretty eventful game so far. It's been a good half. I think Dons are slightly being edged over here. Well, I mean, in theory, if we check the stats for a second here, in attack, you can probably tell that, well, 10 or 13 shots actually against Senny, and 5 of which, actually I think not even 5. I think half those shots were on target, and Senny has saved more than half of those shots there. I'm not sure if I've said it correctly or not, but anyways. Second half begins. And Pros start us off in kickoff. Now comes Drake. Has to be careful here, doing a little bit too much with the ball there, but it's worth it in the end. In comes Atox once again. Pros have to look for another one here to really put a 2-goal cushion now. Atox cuts inside there. Fantastic pass towards Robbie Farah. And Kaim, I think, should have stayed there because Robbie Farah was going to pass it back to him into the box. And Pros not stopping at all. They're being absolutely relentless in their play. Atox now gets past 2 people, crosses it in towards the back stick. But it's a rather tame cross there. Plenty of time for the... Oh, up a second. Nope. Robbie Farah got very close to that one. But I was going to say that it's a very, very soft cross there. Plenty of time for the Dons FC defenders to react there. Callum there almost messing it up for Pat, but he knows exactly where Yoon is positioned. Tees now plays a long pass towards Misfit. But NKZ doing really well to get the ball back. Robbie Farah now. Long pass towards Drake, who's going to be overlapping up against Vic. He is slightly ahead of him. Could just go for the run here. Vic out of stamina now. Good cross towards Kaim there, but Kaim was just... I think Kaim was looking to pass it back towards Robbie Farah there, who was behind him. Yikes the Moon now. Has to make something of his position, but again he dwindles with the ball a little bit too much. Can't make up his mind in the 2 seconds that he has been given. The Pros are ever so pressing against any side, really. That's a horrible mistake by MTZ. Up a second, Vic can make a good goal here, but nope. Fonzik also actually with a fantastic save. But MTZ has definitely been saved over here. Not a mistake you usually want to see from him, or you would usually expect to see from him. But it's a very good save from Fonzik, and once again, I think the 2 goalkeepers over here are doing their team a good service. More so Senny, of course. Then comes Salix now. That's a fantastic pass towards Kaim, but oof, he barely reaches it. It's a good pass though, but doesn't really work out. It was close enough, but didn't work out in the end. MTZ now. Plays it simple towards NKZ. Has to be careful here, NKZ. What a fantastic pass this could be. Kaim now. This is 3 goals, and it's... What a pass there from NKZ. Huge, huge assist there from the French fullback. And honestly, if there's any defender who I would name that has had a better game so far, it has to be NKZ. Especially with that pass there. Just pushes up ever so much. Tries to gamble his luck a little bit between the 2 surrounding defenders there, but it's a fantastic pass towards Kaim, and it's 3-1. Pros are well under control of this match, and it just goes to show that sometimes no matter how much you do in goals, you're only as good as your team is. I keep saying this from a goalkeeper's perspective, because I'm a goalkeeper, of course, but I keep saying the same thing all over again. If your team does not pick up their performance after you've saved them for so many times, it really does start to feel kind of hopeless, doesn't it? Anyways, nonetheless, Pros definitely flying away with this one, as probably expected by the majority of people who have voted into the predictions earlier before the game started. But it's only 60 minutes into the match. There's still a lot to play for. However, based on how the game has been going so far, I think the situation now has been rather silent for Dons FC now. Fantastic pass was Atox there, and Senny there with a rather risky push. That's a fantastic pass towards Tees. He's past MTZ. Now Tees has to make this 1 goal count. Tees now. Fantastic finish. It's 3-2, and we're right back into the match. Huge goal for Tees and Dons FC, and it's that man once again. Tees making it 3-2. He's on a brace. Could he go for the hat-trick this match and save his team, as he tends to do a lot of times now? And I think, in my opinion, this man is one of, if not the best CFs in the game. Of course, excluding Draghi, because everyone knows who Draghi is, of course. But what is MTZ's rating? I think it was 8.7. You can check his hub, but I'm not sure. But I think this goal has helped Dons recuperate a lot of the spirit that they've once lost, especially after conceding a third goal. 7 up now. Has to just play the pass. Yoon has to be careful here. Just plays a long pass towards Fick. Fick. You know, something I wanted to point out real quick. Why do players in this match force forward so many touches like that? You have 2 or 3 defenders in front of you. Why don't you just pass it back to your fullback or to your center midfielder and just restart? Like, am I missing something? I'm not playing outfield all too much, but the logic never added up to me. Why do you push up and try to force between 2 defenders? Like, I would like an explanation, because to me it never made sense. Just play it back, play it simple, restart, and then you'll find your chance. Anyways, NKZ. I'll sit back towards Alex. Drake. Good overlap from Drake, actually. Has Vinny trailing up behind him. Climbed there. Fantastic block from Pat. Huge block there from Pat. That could have been 2-4, but it's fantastically blocked there. And once again by Vinny. Blocked off the line. Not sure if Senny had it covered, but it's a good save nonetheless by Vinny. And in comes NKZ now. Up against 2. Plays a simple pass towards Robbie Farah. Has to go for the long shot there, but it's never going to trouble Senny. Never going to trouble Senny at all from that range. Good idea nonetheless. Trying to see if Senny is still awake, and yes he is actually. As you can probably tell by the save. Honestly, Rhino, I agree. I don't understand why attackers just don't play the simple pass back, but then people start crying about, oh, I can't beat NG. Well, it's because you're trying to force stuff like that, you know? Makes no sense to me. Oh, what a save by Senny actually. What a save by Senny. Huge save there from Senny once again. And I think he's on 10 saves this game. If not more, yeah, 11 saves. This is a fantastic game from Senny. And now comes 7 up. Well, he loses it once again. Trying to force it through once again. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just forcing it through three defenders only works like 1 out of 8 times maybe. You know? Like, you have to think about it. Pro's defenders are not bad. You have the MTZ, NKZ, and Drake, who are 3 fantastic defenders nonetheless. No matter what people say, I have my own opinions, but still, why would you try to force it past them? Anyways, doesn't make sense to me. Seven up now. Has the 1v1 to take. And it's going to be a corner kick for Dons. This could be huge, actually, because if 7 up makes a good cross now, and he doesn't make a good cross. I was going to say that could have been an easy goal there from Dons FC. Now comes Robbie Farah, dribbles his way between 2, and Callum there is going to have to pick up the yellow card just in case he plays it somewhere where they can't do anything about it. In comes NKZ. Go for the crossing now. It's still going to be a corner, so the danger is not entirely prevented. Crossed in, headed away. Robbie Farah trying to get to the ball there. In comes Salix now. He's going to be able to go wide. Has Yoon and Fick trailing behind him. He has to play it back somewhere, but he doesn't do it. And as a consequence, he loses the ball now. Dons FC have a chance on goal now. Tees gets past MTZ this time once again. Tees is through on goal. Tees, this could be 3 goals. Tees! What a save by Fonzik! And Tees once again, it's over the bar. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What? Oh no. Well, you've made such a good save, Fonzig, but what was that? Oh no. Well, I mean, I would say, oh yes, because it is an equalizer. It is certainly an equalizer. It's 3-3. But I'm gonna ask questions of Fonzik over here. You don't pre-dive those. But, that's my 2 cents. Fantastic. I think Dons FC deserved that one after their last chance. But unlucky from Fonzik nonetheless. Unlucky from him. Pros have to do a lot to get themselves back into this game. But Dons FC have shown some very good strength in the past 20 minutes or so. And now comes Misfit up against NKZ. Has Salex dropping back. Plays a simple pass towards Yoon there, who has plenty of space to work with now. Tries to fret the needle through towards Tees now. 7 up. A lot of room to pass now, but it's a very weak cross. And I think he could have just went for the high cross. I think that's what Tees was expecting from him. Salex there has to be a bit careful. He does enough. Vic now gets the ball back, tries to pass towards Yoon, but cannot do anything with it whatsoever. In comes Atox now, has two attackers to pick from actually. Atox crossing towards Kaim, and it just barely flies over his head. But yeah, from 3-1 down, they managed to make the comeback, almost make the comeback actually, because they still have one more goal to score, and so far things are looking extremely optimistic, because pros right now look a little bit more reserved compared to their usual first half mood, let's say it that way. Salix that almost messes up. Drake has to drop back. But Fonzik takes control. Ooh, that's a horrible miss there from NKZ, because now 7 up. I think it's better for him to just keep it calm. And indeed he does. And it comes you now. Again with the forcing. Why? Why do you force it? Just play it back. God. Anyways, Dons can get restarted once again. Oh, this could be a huge pass, but well, MTZ was there to clean up any potential blushes. In comes Salix now. Has Robbie Fair to pick from Kaim. Now this could be 4-3. Kaim! Good save from Seni. And from that angle, I kind of expected Seni to save it this time, and he does indeed do so. In comes Tees now. Up against MTZ and NKZ. I mean, he might have been waiting for NKZ to drop back that match. For who? Sorry, no, for 7 up, not Seni. For 7 up to attract the attention of NKZ. Seni now gets the ball back. I think Dons have a lot to be happy about, even though it's a draw so far. They have to be careful though not to try and force anything too bad. But now comes Tees up against MTZ. He's been actually giving him hell all game, but this time MTZ comes out on top. Can pros do it? Can they score another goal? In comes Atox now. Atox towards Kaim now. Only 1 more minute to make this work. Huge pressure barring up on them. Kaim now could go for the goal. Huge block there. Salix! Unbelievable. I cannot believe my eyes right now. That is an unbelievable turn of events. Hard break for Dons FC there. But Salix with a huge finish in the bottom corner, and that's going to be match unless Dons can make something out of it here. And no, they cannot. That is a GG. Dons failing to clear the ball in the last minute there, and that's gonna. It's just pure heartbreak, isn't it? Absolute heartbreak for Dons. Very unlucky there. They had a really good comeback. Huge potential there to seal a romantic piece of poetry, but no, it was not enough for them. Let me switch the score here real quick, actually. 3-4. There you go. But again, nonetheless, fantastic match from both teams, actually. You could definitely see a little bit of the difference how do I say this? Of the difference in tempo, because at some point Dons FC were coming out on top, but Senny keeping him into the match, I think he's going to have to be my MOTM for this game. If he doesn't get Team of the Week, I'll be very surprised, because he has tried to save his team the most he could, but I think he has plenty to be proud about. Kept the deficit only towards 1 goal, whereas it could have been easily beat at least 6 goals for ProSoccer. Easy, very easily. So yeah, good match nonetheless. Nobody showing off an interview. Well, that's okay. I didn't have time anyways, so good thing no one got their hopes up. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be the end of the match. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And once again, your final score between Dons and ProSoccer is going to be 3-4. So yeah, with that, I think it's going to have to be the end of stream here. So yeah, take it easy everyone.